Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entry. I am Mirza Ihtisham Beg, your quant educator, and today I am going to bring you some of the very interesting questions from the topic speed, time and distance. But before that, let me introduce myself. As you can see my name, you can call me Beg sir, and I have relevant years of experience in teaching in this sector. So I have relevant years of experience and I have cleared several examinations as well. Remember that. I have cleared IBPS, PO, clerk, RRB JE, RRB JE and SSC stenographer as well. So I have a vast amount of knowledge in this sector and I know how the examiner is behaving over the years. So you just have to acclimatize into the situation so you can get a clear idea what the examination is asking for you. So let me introduce you about the topic. Before that, I have given you a previous homework question. As you can see in the previous class where I have taught you about the partnership. Alright, so I have taught you about the partnership and let's start it with this previous homework questions. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you have put an answer as well. So let me solve this question. Let's see. As you can see that A and B started a partnership by investing in the ratio 7:5. So basically A and B started. First A and B initiated the process and A invested 7 while B invested 5. After 3 months C joined with 20% less investment. That means 1/5 less. That means 1 less from 5. So you can say that C has invested 4 because B is also 5. Now after few more months A left and D joined with 28 whole 4/7%. Look, banking examination totally depends on the mixed fraction. So remember every mixed fraction. Alright, otherwise you will get stuck in your examination. So basically 28 whole 4/7 would be 2/7. Alright, so 2/7 less of as A. That means D has invested 5 unit. So clearly we have got all of them's investment. Now let's see how many time each of them have invested. So A has invested, let's say A has invested for X months. That means D will be invested for 18 minus X, because if A left then after D joined. Alright, and B hasn't changed yet, so B will be a total of 18 months because the total duration of the profit would be 1.5 years, and as you know that in 1.5 years 18 months are there. Okay, but C arrived after 3 months from the starting of the business. That means C remains for the remaining 15 months. So we have a clear idea. Now let's see 7x, 90, 60 and 90 minus 5x. So these are the nothing but total profit ratio of ABCD. And as you can see that after 1.5 years B claimed 5/14 of the total profit. So basically 14 would become the total profit ratio and 5 would become B's ratio. Here we have got 90 as B's ratio while the total ratio would become 9, 9, 18, 18, 240 or you can say plus 2x, and it would be equivalent to 5/14. After solving this question you will get 2x is equal to 12, hence x is equal to 6. So you have got x is equal to 6 and they are asking you about find the investment time of D. That means the investment time of D would be 18 minus 6 and your answer would be 12 month. That means for 1 year D invested and after 6 months A left. So we have got a clear idea about how the question is behaving. Look at the question and I hope you enjoyed this question. Alright, let's move ahead to today's topic, and today's topic is nothing but speed, time and distance. How can you solve this speed, time and distance problem? Alright, let's see. First of all, you should know that speed is equal to distance upon time. So as you know about the formula, but you don't know something else, because if you are going a constant distance, if you're going a constant distance, let's say S1 and S2 are the ratio of speed of two person A and B. All right, let's say X and Y. If both of them are going for a certain place, that means the distance is constant. That means the relation between speed and time would be inverse towards each other. But what would happen if a time is constant? That means whoever got the most speed will get the maximum number of distance. That means speed will directly proportional to its distance. So you have a clear idea of this relation, and remember that I will use this method. Okay, let's move ahead. The first question, let's see what the first question is saying. As you can see, the two person starts running around a circular track. They start running in the same direction from the same point and at the same time. Okay, the ratio of their speeds are 8:5 respectively. The distance covered by the faster person is how much more than that covered by the slower person when they meet for the 8th time after starting. All right. So this question becomes complicated, and here it is also given that radius of the track is 84 meters. So you need to aware, because if one person starts from here and it goes first around that circular part, that means the total distance would become 2 pi r. If you solve that, 2 into 22 by 7 into 84, you'll get 528 meters. All right, so the distance of the track would be 528 meters. And if one person is closing in, or you can say chasing the other person, he or she has to first complete that circle, and after that it started chasing. So now, as you can see that, let's say this distance has been covered, and after that this is the distance between them. So they will chase each other, and if they chase each other, the relative speed would become S1 minus S2. That means 8 minus 5 would become 3. Hence it will take 176 unit. All right, 176 unit to chase a guy. That means the first person would catch the second person in 176 unit. But if one round takes 176 unit, that means 8 round would take 176 into 8. That means 1408 would be a unit of time that would take by that first person. All right. Now they are asking about the distance covered by the faster person. That means the first person is how much more than that covered by the slower person. So as you can see that their relative speed shows their difference, and their relative speed shows 3 unit difference. So you will get 1408 multiplies with 3 will get the difference between their distance. Okay, and you can solve it easily by getting the option A correct. I hope you understood this question. You can solve it in a long method, but I am telling you in a shortcut method. So remember that. Remember everything. All right. Just remember, you have to cover the first round, and after that you will start chasing. And if you start chasing, their relative speed would become difference between their speeds. Okay. So we have got the time, and we will multiply it with 8 to find how many times it has taken. All right, let's see the next question. This is a very, very important question. Okay, as you can see that two trains depart from A and B. Okay, A and B. From X, two trains departs from A and B, X and Y stations in the direction Y and X. That means X moves towards Y, Y moves towards X. Okay, after crossing each other, they arrive at Y and X. So first of all, they will meet somewhere between them, somewhere between the stations. Let's say from there X takes 4 hour 48 minutes, while B takes 3 hour 20 minutes. Accordingly, if the speed of train A is 45 km per hour, so you have got the speed of train A. So what would be the speed of train B? Well, this question becomes complicated. How can you solve this question where you have met someone or you meet in between the stations, and after that you will cross each other and you will report to each other's station. Now, as you know, let me give you a brief idea so you can get a clear idea about how the question is behaving. This question gives you a very efficient method. That means the ratio of their speed would be equal to the square root of t2 by t1. That means the second person's time would be directly proportional to the first person's speed, or you can say square root of first person speed. So that means 3 whole 1 by 3, that means 10 by 3, and what would be this become 4 whole 4 by 5, that means 24 by 5. Now when you solve this 5 and 12, you'll get 25 by 36. Hence the ratio of speed would become 5:6. And as you know that the speed of A is equivalent to 45 km/h. That means the ratio of 5 would be equal to 45 km/h. Hence 1 ratio equal to 9 km/h. So 6 ratio equals to 54 km/h. That means your option C is the correct one. Alright, I have taught in my foundation course the idea about how this concept is behaving, but you should remember that this concept is very important, and whenever you get somewhere between the meeting and after that you will take the time, then you will use this method, because this is the standard method. Okay, so remember that it has a whole derivation. Let's move on to the next question, and this question is also an important one. Let's see, a train approaches a tunnel AB. Inside the tunnel A, a cat is located at a point 4/7 of the distance AB measured from the entrance. Okay. When the train whistles, the cat runs. If the cat decides to run towards A side and the train catches the cat exactly at A. Okay. If the cat decides to run towards B side, the train catches the cat outside the tunnel and the point is located at 5/7 distance of the tunnel. So let me give you a clear idea about drawing a diagram. So here is the diagram and here is our train. Okay, here is our tunnel. Here is our tunnel. Okay, the length of this tunnel is AB, and which would be equivalent to 7 ratio. Okay, we have got the length of tunnel 7, and cat is located here. Cat is located at a distance of 4. That means 3 distance will be remain. 3 ratio of the distance would be remain. Yeah. So the first condition says that, let me change the color of the marker so you can have a clear idea. Just a moment. Okay, here is the tunnel. Remember that. Okay, I have highlighted this so you can have a clear picture. All right. Let's see. Look at this. What I'm telling you is a very important concept. Okay, just remember, just hear me, listen me very carefully. Okay, let's see that the first condition says that if train start towards here, okay, the cat run towards A, so they will catch each other, or they will catch each other at just entrance of the tunnel. Okay, which is A. That means for a particular time, cat travel 4 unit while train travel, let's say D unit. Okay, but when train whistles again, and the second condition says that if cat moves towards the exit, which is B, it not only crosses the tunnel but moves 5/7 of that tunnel. That means it will go ahead 5 unit. So basically you can say that let's say if train, first of all train has to enter the tunnel and after that has to cross this tunnel. So this would be a journey of train. Okay, first train would come D distance and after that it will cover 12 unit. So as you know that both of them cover at a particular time. So at a particular time, if train covers D distance, cat would cover 4 units. So cat would be here somewhere, 1 unit outside the tunnel. Okay, But now train started, and if train started from here, train would cover the whole 12 unit, okay, while cat would cover the remaining 4 unit, all right, for the same time, okay, and that time would be different because it is a chasing situation. But if time is constant, that means speed would be directly proportional to its distance. So the ratio of distance would become the ratio of speed. That means the ratio of speed would become 3:1. Here is the brilliant concept I have taught you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. Let's move ahead with the second question. And as you can see, the second question is also about the circular. Two circus performers, let me change the color of the marker. Two circus performers A and B are riding unicycle and are 10560 centimeter apart. Okay, the radius of A's wheel and B's wheel would be 7 and 14 centimeters. So basically, look at this. All they have to cover is a circular distance, and as you know, the circular distance rule is the circumference. That means 2 pi r, and they have to take revolutions per second. So they will get 2 pi r per second. Okay, their speed. That means their speed will depend on their radius. So if the ratio of radius of A and B would be 7:14, that means 1:2. So their speed will also be same. Hence, as you know, if they start cycling simultaneously towards each other, so basically they are coming towards each other, hence their speed would be added. Okay, speed would be added. Now their speed would become 3, and they will catch each other in 20 seconds. That means in 20 seconds they will have a relative speed which would be equivalent to 3x, and after solving this you will get the value of x as 176 centimeter per second. It was a very good question. It was a very effective question, so remember that. Let's move on to the next question. A ship developed a leak 15 kilometer from the shore. Okay, so here is the ship and here is the shore, and the distance between them is 15 kilometer, and yet could travel towards the, and a leak is developed, remember that, and yet could travel the shore towards the shore at a speed of 10 km per hour. That means it can travel 10 km per hour, but you have to remember how much time the ship has left, a maximum time of 18 minutes. So basically ship has left 18 minutes to reach the shore, but it can reach, we don't know. A rescue vessel that was immediately sent from the shore to rescue the passengers would take 6 minutes to complete the rescue. That means if both of them meet, ship, or you can say the boat, the rescue boat would take 6 minutes to rescue the passenger, and all this ship has 18 minutes. So basically it will travel only 12 minutes. Okay, so remember that the final time it has would be 12 minutes. But let's say if a rescue boat is coming towards the ship at x km per hour, so if both of them are coming towards each other, that means their relative speed would become 10 plus x. And as you know that they have to cover only 15 kilometer. I am telling you 15 kilometer only, but that's not the case when you develop a leak. Okay. All right. So all you can do is to divide by the time, and the time is in minutes. So you have to divide by 60 to get into the hour situation. So 10 plus x would be equal to 75, and as you know, if 10 plus x is equal to 75, that means x is equal to 65 km per hour. That means a rescue vessel or a rescue boat has to travel towards the leakage ship with 65 km per hour in order to save or evacuate the ship. Alright, so here is your homework question. I will hope that you will put an answer, otherwise I will definitely solve this question. I hope you enjoyed this session. So guys, for more questions you can go to Entry app. Alright, so For more questions, you can go to Entry app. In fact, I have taught several batches over there, and you can give free live mock as well, and you'll get monthly PDF, banking awareness, everything you will be getting, and you will get SBI Clerk 2020 exam speed test, or you can say test, LIC, IBPS PO, SBI PO, IBPS RRB, and IBPS RRB assistant. And I have noticed that IBPS will definitely or soon announce notification about PO or clerk. And if you give the test, you can analyze your situation by looking at analytics, and you'll get how many questions you have done correctly, wrong, unanswered, and how much percentage you have gained correctly, or you can say how much score, how much time you have spent on a particular question. So you will get each and every stats on a particular platform, and the name of this platform is Entry app. All right, remember that. In fact, if you give a free mock test, you will get a link of the mock test in the description of the video, and you can have access about all the foundation courses and RRB courses. In fact, my classes will be there. You can go over there and have a look at that, and you can download or install the Entry app from the Play Store. All right, so remember that. So till then guys, thank you from my side. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share and comment, and also subscribe our YouTube channel Banking 2.0. So till then, thank you. When we meet in the next class, we'll solve some more problems.